Hi, I'm Fahim, and I'm honored to present today at our organization exclusive planning day. In this short session, I'll be walking you through four critical issues that affect the business environmental and organization's future direction, from economic cycles and global trade tensions to behavioral insight and impact on artificial intelligence on the workforce. These topics are not just theoretical; they shape the decisions we make every day, from staffing and investment to strategy and policy. The goal of this presentation is to provide clear, actionable insights that you, as leaders, use to plan and respond effectively in a rapidly changing world. Let's begin with the foundation of it all, the macroeconomy, and how we can understand the business cycle using three key indicators: gross domestic product or GDP, inflation, and unemployment. These three factors help us understand what the phase of business cycle the economy is currently in, whether it's expanding, peaking, or in a recession. GPD tells us the total value of goods and services product in an economy. When GPD is rising, it usually means business are producing more and consumers are spending more. Inflation is the rate at which prices are increasing. A low and steady inflation rate is healthy, but too much inflation can reduce purchasing power and hurt the economy. Unemployment shows the percentage of people who want a job but can't find one. In recessions, unemployment goes up because firms stop hiring or start firing. By looking at how these indicators change over time, we can understand the phase of business cycles we're in and make better decisions for our business. For example, high inflation and unemployment usually mean we're in a downtown and it may be time to cut costs or delay expansion. In this section, I'll explain how tariffs and trade tensions affect both Australia and United States using the ADAS model as taught in week 10 and week 11. Let's start with Australia. When the US imposes tariffs on Australian exports like aluminum or beef, our net exports drop. This causes a leftward shift in our aggregated demand, which is AD curve. With lower export revenue, business slow down production and hiring. This reduces real GDP and increases unemployment in the short run. On the flip side, in the United States, imposing tariffs can initially increase domestic production, shifting AD to the right. However, if costs rise for input or retaliation from other countries occurs, short-run aggregate supply may shift left, leading to the higher prices, inflation. For business, this global uncertainty can affect supply chains, investor confidence, and planning. Our organization must be prepared to adapt its strategy if global trade disruptions continue. In this part of the presentation, we look at the behavioral economics and how it explains people choices, especially when they pick unhealthy food, even when they would rather eat healthy. Traditional economics assumes that people are rational and always make the best choices based on the cost and benefit, but in reality, people don't always behave that way, and that's where behavioral economics comes in. For example, people often choose junk food because of framing, status quo bias, or instant rewards. Even if they know healthy food is better, in the long run, they may fall for short term satisfactions. Behavior economics uses real world observation and psychological insight to better understand why people act against their long term interests, like eating fast food, smoking, or not saving money. This is important for business and policy making because it helps us design better products, messages, and environments that guide people towards better decisions without taking away their freedom. In this slide, we talk about AI, labor markets, and inequality. AI and automation are transforming the labor market, but not equally for everyone. In this section, I'll explain how AI is affecting skilled versus unskilled workers and how that contributes to wage inequality. Let's start with the skilled workers. As AI advances, demand for workers who can operate design or complement AI, like engineers or data analysts, goes up. This shifts the labor demand curve to the right, increasing both wages and unemployment and employed for skilled workers. However, for unskilled labor, routine jobs are being automated. This leads to a leftward shift in the demand curve, with less demand. wages fall, and fewer jobs are available. As a result, wage inequality increases, with skilled workers earning more and unskilled workers earning less. Businesses need to consider these trends when planning hiring, training, and investment strategies. Policies like upskilling, education, and AI integrated workforce planning can help manage these changes. To wrap up, we've explored four important areas that shape the business environment. First, we looked at GPD, inflation, and unemployment, and how they indicate where we are in the business cycle. Second, we analyzed the effects of tariffs using ADAS models to see how trade wars can impact Australia and the US, affecting business decisions globally. Then we explored behavioral economics, learning how real humans' decisions, like unhealthy food choices, are shaped by psychology, not just logic. Finally, we looked at how AI is changing the labor market, benefiting skilled workers while leaving others behind, leading to rising wage inequality. To support this presentation, I've created a digital resource that summarizes the key ideas for executive decision makers. And I've also drafted a LinkedIn post that highlights this event and invites more staff to get involved in these important issues. Thank you for watching. I look forward to discussing the ideas further at the planning day.